Hi, Dave Johnston here with Day Trade the Markets. It's 10 after 11 my time, so the FOMC released their news 10 minutes ago. No change in interest rates. We have had the market sell off, so it's had a nice down leg when that news was released. You can see here that the news, this is when it was released, and it sold off. So this blue part of the rectangle that I have here was the big vertical down move that we had on Monday. We came and tested below it earlier today, came back up to the resistance, which is the top of the really large high velocity move, held as resistance, and then came back down. Now, once again, we have come back down below. So I've got an order to sell just slightly above it. But I think what I'm also going to do is put in an order to sell also slightly below it, about a point and a quarter. So I'll put it around 65 to sell. There we go. And I'll change that to 4. Okay. Now, so anyway, just want to let you know that I've got those orders in, and that's it for the moment. Hopefully you can get filled on these. Whoops. If not, maybe try and get in on another order or something like that. So anyway, I'll pause the recording and pick it back up when something happens. We get in or place a new order. Okay, just started the recording. It did pop up and just got us filled on our first short at 65.50. So we're short 4 from there, and I'm going to go ahead and put in a buy limit down here at 60.50 to buy back half of that position. So we'll see what can happen there. And we still got, of course, our other short in here to try and get short at 68.50. So that would give us, what, 67 as an average price. So just want to bring you up to date on that. Yeah, it's just 11:13, so once again, I'll pause the recording. Okay, resuming the recording. A couple minutes later, 11:14. We just got filled here. I should put in that marker at 60.50. So we're short 4 at 65.50. So that was right there. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a break-even stop. As a matter of fact, I think I'll put it in at 64.50, right in here, 64.50 as our buy stop on the remaining 2. For now, I'm still going to leave this other sell limit up there. It may not ever get up there, but if we do get stopped on this, it might have one more probe up before having another leg down. So that's really the lay of the land at the moment, and we'll just go ahead and once again pause the recording. Okay, just restarting the recording. The market's come down fairly close towards the low of the day. It got down to 50, and we're short from 65. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the stop here, and I'm going to bring it down to about 59.50. Yeah, we'll put it at 59.50. There we go, right there. Okay, so and that was also, well, 60.50 was our first exit, wasn't it? So I'll go ahead and just put this marker in here. Pretty heavy selling right here. Might end up with another paint bar on this bar, in which case we'll adjust the stop again. But for the meantime, I will go ahead right now and pause the recording. Okay, just starting the recording back up again. You can see here that we did get a magenta bar there. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in that data box, determine what the high of this bar is right here. And you can see in the data box there it shows a high of 54. So I'll lower this stop to 55, and I will also move the marker here to 55. If we get another bar right here in a moment, I'll go ahead and do the same thing. But for the time being, that's it, and I'll pause the recording again. Okay, if we end up with start of the recording again, we end up with an inside bar here. I'm going to go ahead and at least take some profit here on one of these contracts. We've got 2 of them left. I'll put a buy limit down here. It looks like it might be trying to make some sort of low. We do have 2 contracts of the 4 that we originally sold left. So I'm just going to give this a moment here It's still just 25 after, so just been in the trade roughly 15 minutes. And if we do get an inside bar here, I'm just going to go ahead and exit one of them immediately. I think I'll leave the stop where it is, at least for the time being, until I can kind of see if this mini consolidation here kind of settles. And if it does, then then we'll go ahead and adjust the stop. But just waiting for this bar to close here, and as soon as it does, we'll go ahead and do something. So I'll pause the recording. Okay, just start again a moment later. You can see we do have a high velocity move here, and not uncommon. We had one here right after the news, and then another one here. But we do have an inside bar, so I'm just going to bring this up and exit this at whatever price I can get here, 37.50 or so. Put it at 37.50. Okay, there we just got filled at that at 37.50, and I will go ahead and lower this down so we can see it. Here's our 37.50. There we go. Now on this remaining sell buy stop that we have, I'm going to go ahead and change this to one contract because we've bought back 3 of the 4 that we originally sold. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, that little bounce we had up here, that got up to 42.25, so 43.25. I'm going to bring the stop all the way down to 40. I'll put it at 43.50. There we go, right there, and I will put our marker in as well. So there we have everything in place. Who knows, it might just bounce up pretty quickly and get us there, but at any rate, things are looking good, and I'll go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, started that back up just a few seconds later. We got stopped there at 43.50, and you can see it's 11.27. So, yeah, we were into that trade a little less than 25 minutes. I'll cancel this and remove this because that's not part of it. But so we sold 2 contracts at 65. We bought 2 of them back here at 60.50. So we made 10 points on that. And then the other one we bought back at 37.50, and we're short from 65.50. So that's what, 30 less 2. So that's 28 we got on that one. That was nice. And then this last one here was at 43.50. So 22 on that. So that really worked out nicely. That's 60, got a nice 60-point trade total on this here post FOMC. So that worked out really nicely. I just, one final comment here was that we had a nice barrier here to work with, and when the market sold off earlier in the day and kind of stalled here and then rallied up here, but couldn't take out the resistance areas shown by the software, then when it did sell off all the way back down through the earlier containment, long-range containment from Monday, and the earlier low that was formed, which had tested below that containment, that was a pretty bearish sign. So remember, we had a sell limit up here and another sell limit here. We only got filled on the lower one, and things worked out. But looking at a box kind of containment like that is so crucial in identifying not just entries, but also just really the condition of the market. So you've got a really good handle on what side of the market to trade, and then of course it also helps you in the management of the trade, which we showed in this trade, because we were able to adjust the stop. What was it, 2 or 3 times, whatever. Certainly got other trades that I've videoed that have more than that, but this market was moving pretty quickly, so I think we had like 2 or 3 stop changes on that. So at any rate, that's the trade for today. If you've got any questions or comments, you can reach us at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.